What is going on, guys? I want to take the time out to tell everybody that I appreciate everything that y'all guys done and shown me love on the video that I did about the situation with the TikTok racism video. I really loved it, man. The love I got, the subscribers. I appreciate y'all, man. This is what makes people like me that are natural YouTubers go in and actually continue to give y'all what y'all need to do. So thank y'all for the 6,000 views. Let's continue. You know, my goal is to try to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 50 now. You know, the more the merrier. Let's, like I said, if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm definitely going to reward someone out there that is that 1,000 subscriber a gift card, and that is real talk. So, hey, share my stuff. You know, keep sharing, keep doing what you're doing, and I appreciate it. So let's get into what's going on today. So it looks like that you've already heard that Trump made the statement. That's right, 45, that he is going to open the country back up. The whole plans is he's giving all the governors the tools to do everything by May 1st, saying that there's a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Well, currently right now, after he has made this announcement 2 days ago, governors dispute Trump's claim that there's enough coronavirus testing. That has been the actual issue. Now, the governors from both sides of the aisle on Sunday disputed that President 45 claim, that's right, y'all president, about the availability of the coronavirus testing, escalating the erupting tensions over the key challenge and reopen the nation. CNN State of the Union Sunday, the Republican governor of Maryland and the Democratic governors of Virginia and Michigan disputed Trump's assertion that their states have enough testing to move forward to reopening their states. Now, Democratic Virginia Governor Ralph Northam called the administration declarations that the states have ample testing capacity just delusional. He said, "We've been fighting every day for PPE. We have supplies not coming in. We've been fighting for testing." That was Northam told CNN's Jake Tapper. "It's not a straightforward test. We don't even have enough swabs." Man, that's scary. On the same program, Republican Maryland Governor Larry Hogan said the lack of testing is the number one problem in America and has been since the beginning of this crisis. The administration, I think, is trying to ramp up testing. They're doing some things with respect to private labs, Hogan said, but to try and push this off to say that the governors have plenty of testing and they should just get to work on testing, somehow we aren't doing our job, is just absolutely false. It would be nice if we had a national strategy that was working with every state, so every state knew what was coming, she said. A governor who requested to be anonymous. I'm going to say it that way. Sorry, getting a little tongue-tied. Told Tapper that they were frustrated with the statements coming from the White House about the availability of testing capacity. Just wanted you to know how frustrating the double speak is that's coming from the White House, the governor told Tapper. When the White House says there's plenty of testing capacity in the states, they are referring to the number of tests that could be run on machines that exist in hospitals, commercial labs, and doctors' offices, the governor said. So why aren't states using all the capacity? There's a worldwide shortage of swabs. VTM and Regent don't do tests without all of those, and they don't come in package. You have to buy each of them from multiple suppliers. And if you haven't noticed, what that's saying, that you have to buy them from multiple suppliers and they come as he was saying, they don't come in a package. This has been the whole ordeal since the coronavirus has been into play. Everybody's been talking about not having enough supplies. That's what's been said. That has been tooted from every person on the front line that has been working in the medical field trying to combat this coronavirus. For the past week, the nation's governors and Trump administration have tangled over whether the much needed expansion of testing capacity is the responsibility of the states or the federal government. After a week in which industry leaders, governors, Democratic senators, and even allies warned Trump and Vice President Mike Pence that the nation cannot get back to business as usual without a substantial increase in testing nationally. Trump sought to shift the blame to governors during the White House briefing Saturday, contending they have not moved quickly enough to ramp up capacity in their states. But governors are increasingly pushing back on Trump's notion that the federal government is merely a backstop, noting that Trump's hope for reopening the economy cannot happen until there is adequate testing in their states, and stating that they need federal aid to do that. During the White House briefing Saturday, the president lashed out at governors for complaining and charged that testing is simply the latest coronavirus issue that Democrats are politicizing to convince Americans that Trump is mishandling the coronavirus response. During an interview with Chris Wallace on Fox News Sunday, which we all know is the biggest fan and their loyalty to 45, Pence defended Trump's coronavirus response and said the administration believes it can double the 150,000 tests being conducted each day nationwide by working with governors to activate all of the labs that can do the testing. The governor's comments came after yet another week in which the only consistent theme that governors could draw from the White House was inconsistency. Now, many governors say that their budgets are being stretched to the limit by coronavirus-related costs. California Governor Gavin Newsom and the most well-known front-runner governor, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, both Democrats, have asked for federal assistance to expand testing and produce the raw materials needed to conduct the tests that they need in their states. Leading the White House briefing Saturday in tone of indignation about the lack of praise and gratitude for the administration's efforts thus far, Trump charged the governors don't want to use all the testing capacity that we've created. We have tremendous capacity. A day earlier, the president flatly asserted that the governors are responsible for testing and said they should be conducting an additional 1 million tests across the nation each week. And I'm not even going to go any further because, as you can see, as I'm going to give you my opinion about this, when 45 said he was going to open up the country, I myself, who works on the front lines in retail, and other people that I know work on the front lines in the medical field, ask ourselves, how are you going to open up the country? First and foremost, the epicenter is just starting to somewhat decrease. It's not even a for sure thing, which is New York City. That's number one. Number two, the president saying that these governors are being ungrateful when apparently these governors have not gotten the proper PPE and things that they need. I mean, New York for one time was doing homemade, self-made PPE just to continue to treat patients. Now we're about to open up our beaches, our restaurants, and all this other stuff, church worship, all this stuff, where once again, if this thing strikes, you got all these states that do not have nothing to use, do not have the resources to combat it. Because we get a strike again, a spark again of the coronavirus. Nurses don't have proper PPE. Doctors are not able to give us the proper tools to take care of us if anybody, us or anybody close to our family gets it and they can't fight it off. Now you got life or death situation decisions people have to make. Now, it was reported that he was advised by his uh, team of health experts that they should revisit maybe trying to reopen the country sometime in the June or July phase, trying to make sure that all the data is collective. But see, I feel like that 45 is trying to pander to, once again, his followers, his voters, because over there in Michigan, people were protesting at the front of the state capitol building, talking about they wanted to be liberated so they could be able to freely walk around and do whatever. And these people that were doing this were all had Trump supporter um, paraphernalia, like always. And then Trump went and said they need to be liberated. Now, you know, it's hilarious that these people say they want to be liberated, and these are the same people, as soon as they start getting sick and this pandemic increases again, then they're screaming out, "Oh well, it wasn't my fault that I wanted to be liberated. Y'all was supposed to protect us." You can't protect no one if you don't have the proper resources. This is what's going on. We in an era of this pandemic where everybody who are getting sick, if they go to that ER and if they can survive the point of going to ER where they don't have to be on a ventilator or in a hospital bed, they come back out okay. And then we got cases where people are getting reinfected. Not to mention, we don't even have a vaccine yet for this mess. So if you do get sick, you ain't even got a way to combat yourself. I just feel like that this is basically going to be a very bad idea. Open up the country this soon. We don't have enough data, statistics of what's going on, and it's going to cause an uproar, or worse, a pandemic. You're going to see more people now that's going to be sick than you ever seen before, because people are already going to start saying, "Okay, we in phase one. I could go out. I could do this. I can be on the beach." Bump, because when you're in the beach, you thinking about PPE. You're not thinking about no mask. You ain't thinking about no 6 feet distancing. You thinking about getting in the water, having fun. You know, you're definitely not thinking about freaking somebody, you know, God forbid, cough in the air and you run into it. You're not worrying about that. You're thinking summertime, summer fun. Or whenever you go to these venues, they talking about opening up the movie theaters. He was talking about that. You in a movie theater, you close to people like it ain't nothing, especially if it's a jam-packed action movie. I just, yeah, I think it's about to be a disaster. We already got the highest rate recorded of deaths right now in the world. We are now the epicenter, damn near, for everything. Well, no, I take that back. We're second because recently it just said Europe was, but we were that about a week and a half ago. We had the most reported deaths. I'm telling y'all, I just really think that people think this is a game. This is just a joke, and this thing is real. I mean, I'm seeing people that I know personally that have it in my family, and they're telling me the side effects they're going through: loss of taste, loss of sense, a smell. I mean, you even got reports of people even having a lot of delirium and having seizures because of this thing. And it seems like nobody is taking it serious, especially 45 in the administration. They ain't trying to help nobody. It's like everybody's worried about capitalism. It's like capitalism is number one and people's health is somewhere in the backseat. Sad, but it's true. It really is. Like I said before, I feel like that we are going to see within 30 days if open up this country is going to be the best idea. I would not be surprised that we see a more spark in coronaviruses related issues than anything we ever seen before in a lot of areas, and we go right back to the drawing board, trying not to have people be among each other. That's all I can say, man. This to me bad idea, and I'm kind of like the governors. I'm starting to really believe what they're saying. This could be a very, very bad idea if they don't have the proper PPE and the proper equipment to combat this stuff. Y'all, like y'all do before, put in the comments what y'all think. Do y'all think it's a good idea right now? Should we open up the country and go back to normal with the fact of the matter knowing that this coronavirus is still out there lingering and still out there that can harm us and put us out of work? Or do you think that this is a mistake and that everybody is more worried about money than anything else? Again, if you like my content, push the like button. Please push the like button. That just puts me back in the algorithm so they can continue to have my videos as well. Also, to hit that subscribe button, that bell, put in all subscriptions so you can get an alert every time I'm on here. So that way you can get the latest info when I drop something. And follow me on Twitter, J News and Views. Follow me on Instagram, I fuck with Joel. And yeah, just support the channel and donate a little bit to the Cash App, $ Joshua Joel Davis. Hey, every little bit helps. It helps fund the channel. Thank y'all very much. Y'all stay safe.